Yes, indeedy. Paul, take the rest of the night off, my friend. Wow. 53 choruses there, something unbelievable. And that's the work of the Duke Ellington Orchestra, and that's called Diminuendo and Crescendo in Blue, with Paul Gonsalves featured on multiple choruses there, in the wailing interval, as they call it, and bringing out every single tenor saxophone lick you can think of there to fill that space, and doing it very, very well, too. And you're listening to the Duke Ellington Birthday Special on Jazz Unlimited with Paul Anthony. We listen now to Duke at the keyboard, and we'll let him do the introductions on this tune.
Thanks very much. The last time I was here, I had the honor of being presented to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. I was so thrilled by the beauty, the wonder, the majesty, the splendor of it all, that I told Her Majesty that I was sure something musical would come of it. She very, very graciously said she'd be listening. And so I wrote a suite of 6 numbers which were recorded, and the only record that was ever pressed, of course, is in the possession of Queen Elizabeth. We'd like to play a tune from the suite now. It's called A Single Petal of a Rose.
To many Ellington aficionados, that is one of the more beautiful melodies he's ever produced. And I get people talking to me all the time saying, you know, you hear a lot of Ellington things, but do you know A Single Petal of a Rose? And I say, yes, I do know that. And they say, boy, that is really exquisite. That's the Duke himself at the keyboard. And as he told you, written out of enthusiasm for his meeting with Queen Elizabeth II back around 1957 or so. And he wrote this in 1958, Single Petal of a Rose. And you're hearing it on the Duke Ellington birthday special on Jazz Unlimited with Paul Anthony. As I mentioned before, it is difficult to separate the influence of Billy Strayhorn on Duke Ellington. And if we were to concentrate on only Duke Ellington compositions, it would be difficult to see where the line is drawn. But certainly, if you want to talk about music that is associated with the Duke Ellington Orchestra over all its years, you would have to include the work of Billy Strayhorn, whether Duke Ellington heard a note of it or not before they played it on the bandstand. And one of those tunes is a classic ballad, one of the great ballads of all time, done in what I would consider to be a classic performance, featuring Johnny Hartman and John Coltrane, and this is Lush Life.
I used to visit all the very gay places, those come what may places, where one relaxes on the axis of the wheel of life to get the feel of life from jazz and cocktails. The girls I knew had sad and sullen gray faces with distant K traces that used to be there. You could see where they'd been washed away by too many through the day 12 o'clock tales. Then you came along with your siren song to tempt me to madness. I thought for a while that your poignant smile was tinged with the sadness of a great love for me. Ah, yes, I was wrong again. Was wrong. Life is lonely again, and only last year everything seemed so sure. Now life is awful again, trough full of hearts could only be a bore. A week in Paris will ease the bite of it. All I care is to smile in spite of it. I'll forget you, I will, while yet you are still burning inside my brain. Romance is much, stifling those who strive. I'll live a lush life in some small dive